Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden 2002 in the Buffalo Bills franchise mode, and we're here kicking off year number 5. It's finally here, year number 5. It's not like it's been a break or anything. It's been a break since I recorded, I guess, for a new season, but we're getting into year number 5 after a bit of a disappointing end in year number 4 here. We managed to make it to the playoffs despite a pretty slow start thanks to a Super Bowl hangover, but we did get bounced out in the wild card in our rematch against the Broncos in Denver. So hopefully we can make it back there, man, but we got a long way to go here. We got 16 whole games to decide that fate here with some different faces on the team here. A lot of the key fixtures are about the same here. Linebacking core is about the same. We've changed a little bit. Offensive line's about the same. Same with the D-line's a little bit different, or is the same here. And then, of course, we have Raymond Winfield, whose job is now threatened. He's now not on the hot seat, I guess you could say, but we're just going to be watching his performance with a magnifying glass. He had a good year last year, over 3,600 yards, 20 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions. It was a good year, but we still need to see our passing game really take a huge step here. We cannot just continue to move forward relying entirely on Sammy Morris, now the record holder in single-season touchdowns and yards. He holds both of those records in 2 separate years, by the way. He accomplished that over 2 separate seasons. But we cannot just solely rely on him to carry our offense moving forward. We need to have our passing game be very, very efficient and very effective in this game, and that's what we're hoping to get here at a year number 5 in Raymond Winfield, who's now playing for his job, because we have Hakeem Campbell, the hotshot rookie from Auburn, sitting right behind him, and already, in one play is all it's going to take from scrimmage, and Sammy Morris already has at least 40 yards on the year, man, and just 1 carry, and he's just going to continue right where he left off last year. So 2nd and 8 now across midfield. Winfield back to pass here, takes a shot downfield, and he finds Azir Hakeem, who makes this catch inside the 20. We're hoping to get him involved too, man. He was a kind of a steal here to get from St. Louis, and I was really hoping that we could kind of utilize him and make him kind of like a solid receiver 1 or 2 option, maybe even replace Molds in the near future, but we didn't really see that last year as much, so hoping to see that in this year. And Lamar Jones is going to strike first of any of our receivers. He's going to get his first receiving touchdown of the season. He had a great rookie year last year for us, well over 600 yards, as well as 2 touchdowns. So he already has 1 to start the season. So hopefully he can completely double that production in this year. But on the ensuing kickoff now, kick is going to be returned here, and now getting out loose here in open space. And oh my goodness, do not tell me, man. Do not tell me. That's Bruce Clark, by the way, receiver 4, one of the newer receiving kind of draft picks that the Jets have. He was on the team last year. He's from Montana State, funnily enough. Congratulations to them on winning the national championship, in case you guys watched it. But Bruce Clark here, a 99-yard kick return. Look at that. Breaks 1 tackle, and he's off to the races. Was Pat Williams just blocking nobody? Was he just blocking no one? Blocking air? Either way, so Bruce Clark is going to strike for the Jets now. We are tied up at 7 here. After just a couple of plays, we are tied up at 7 apiece. So Pennington here fires one across the middle. Catch is made for the first down. Looks like they're going to be about inside the 40, right at about the 40-yard line. And that's Santana Moss, who had a bit of a disappointing year last year, all things considered. He's kind of like Eric Molds for us, you know what I mean? Santana Moss is someone that you probably expect to be consistently over 1,000 yards and over double-digit touchdowns, but the Jets have failed to get him there in pretty much every season since we've been running this sim. So, and there's Curtis Martin picking up another first down for the Jets. Had a little bit of a slow year last year as well. Only 4 touchdowns. Still ran for over 700 yards, which is pretty fine, but Lamont Jordan did definitely most of the running for the Jets last year, and it feels like everything that Curtis Martin did was against us. But I think he was injured for his 2nd game. I can't remember entirely. But Anthony Beck now, the tight end, making the catch. They have a different tight end listed at number 1 in their depth chart, but Anthony Beck is still probably the best tight end they have on their roster. So hopefully we see more of him, and the Jets are going to get stopped up now as Sam Coher gets in there and makes the big saving tackle. And so on 4th and 6, the Jets are going to bring out the kicking team and add 3 points to their total. So we are moving here. Back and forth, we are moving. So after 1 quarter of play here, 10-7 is your score. And hopefully we can continue this momentum here. So 1st and 10, kicking off the 2nd quarter. Winfield, pitch play to Sammy Morris. Sammy Morris obviously picking up the blocks here, getting out of open space, relying on the feet here, getting inside the 20, and he's going to get brought down inside the 15. And now the Jets, man, desperately trying to contain Sammy Morris. Already just 5 touches and almost hitting 100 yards in just this game alone, man. And we don't know. The last 2 years were record season. We don't know what this season's going to hold for us. So 3rd and 1 now for the Bills. Winfield takes a shot towards the end zone. That pass is going to be completed, and I think it was to Hakeem. And no, it wasn't. It was to Bo Collins, the backup tight end. Can you guys believe that? The Bo Collins, backup tight end's got a touchdown before Eric Moulds and Azir Hakeem have a touchdown this season. Something is just broken. So, again, on another kickoff here, but this time it's going to work out well for us. It's a fumble. Bruce Clark is going to fumble the football, and we're going to land on top of it, gifted with another perfect offensive opportunity here. And yeah, it's okay, Bruce Clark. You got the kick return, and I don't think you could really hang your head. I think you're doing all right. So, 2nd and inches now we're going to cut to here. Winfield taking the snap and sends one out to Hakeem, and he's going to cut up field. Looks like he got inside the pylon there, but I think they're going to say that he was out of bounds. It looks like he definitely had the touchdown, but they're going to say no. So 1st and goal at about the 1-inch line. Handing off to Sammy Morris, who's obviously just going to step into the end zone. And just like that, man, it is a 14-point swing over the Jets, and we're looking pretty darn good now after the Jets entered into this quarter, holding on to a lead. So, once again, back on offense, and Winfield able to fire this one off to Hakeem, who makes the catch here, one-armed grab, and gets pushed out of bounds. So, that'll continue our drive even forward inside the 30 or so. 2nd and 7, Winfield drops back to pass here, hits Lamar Jones, the tight end, who cuts upfield and gets the first down, and he's going to be inside the 20. So, a red zone opportunity, and Lamar Jones continues to help produce here. The single glove Lamar Jones, big tight end, continues to produce for us here through the air. So, you love to see it, man. You love to see it. 1st and 10 now at about the 19-yard line. Winfield hand this one off to Sean Bryson. Now remember, we do not have Travis Henry anymore. Travis Henry wanted a little bit too much money that I was comfortable giving to a backup running back, especially when we have Sean Bryson, who's definitely flirted with the same kind of feats that Travis Henry's been doing in the last couple of seasons. So I decided to just run it with Sean Bryson this year, and boom, look at there. Already paying off dividends here as he gets inside the end zone. I think he might have been a little bit short, but the refs are going to say touchdown, and I'm not going to disagree with them. So our lead continues to balloon here over the Jets, but now Chad Pennington finds Matthew Hatchett, and he's going to come down with this pass here, so maybe the Jets are going to start putting together a nice little drive here in the final 2 minutes of the first half. They're going to hand off to Curtis Martin again, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet here. Rock Scott, our new linebacker, just kind of got brushed off of Curtis Martin. It's going to be tough, man. He's going to have to learn how to wrap up 28, especially on this team. So on 3rd and 3 here, Pennington just running with the hurry up, gets rid of it quickly here. That pass is completed to Curtis Martin. And that's going to be another first down for the Jets. So they're running this 2-minute drill pretty good here. Actually, that was out of bounds. I thought it was a catch, but it was out of bounds. On 4th and 3, the Jets are just going to have to settle for the points here and at least get to 13. But they're in quite a considerable hole now, 28-13, as the first half comes to a close. So we're sitting pretty good here, sitting pretty. But the Jets here on the attack now in the second half. Pennington fires one off towards the sideline, and it's Santana Moss once again keeping both feet in bounds and continuing the Jets' drive inside the 30. So 3rd and 7 now. Pennington back to pass once again. Plenty of time. Pressure is coming. Gets rid of it to the end zone, and that pass is airmailed over Anthony Beck's head. And so now the Jets stopped once again on a 4th and 7. They bring out the kicking team, and the kick is up, and it is good. So 16-28 is now your score. Hopefully we can get something rolling. Don't want to stall out here on offense in the second half, and already Winfield's got us across midfield. Steps up in the pocket, delivers wide open across the middle of the field, and again, actually no, it's not Lamar Jones, it's Rick Taylor. It's our first time calling him out this season. Had a great rookie year last year, over 700 yards. Actually had 777 yards, man. It's a lucky number. And a handful of touchdowns, but now Sammy Moore is trying to get a handful of touchdowns, maybe even in this one game. I doubt it, but he's definitely going to get a couple here as he gets inside the end zone for his second touchdown of the game, and we extend our lead over the Jets once again here, 35-16. But now 3rd and 10 for the Jets, heading the other way here. They're in a tough spot. Pennington back to pass, has plenty of time here, takes a deep shot downfield, and that pass is somehow completed. I have no idea how. Santana Moss came down with that. Basically a Hail Mary is what it looked like, but he came down with it. So that it is what it is. The Jets flip the field here inside the 25. 1st and 10. Pennington back to pass once again. Pressure's coming. He gets hit as he throws, but that pass is still going to be completed. Again in double coverage. I don't know what's going on here. Our pass defense is just not locking people down here. Now remember, we did lose Victor Green. He did retire. But we also have a brand new strong safety in Gary Baxter, I feel pretty strongly about, but on that play it did not work out. And Curtis Martin steps into the end zone and leaves his mark on this season early. Leaves an early mark here. So 23-35. So it's still pretty manageable here for the Jets here. Just one more score would get them, kind of back into the game here. And let's see if they can get it now to start off the fourth quarter on a 3rd and 6 in Bills territory. Pennington takes another shot, and that pass is going to be deflected, and it is not completed. So that's what I was hoping to see at the end of the last quarter, and it didn't really work out. So 4th and 6, the Jets keeping the offense on the field. Pennington picking up some nice blocks here, rolls out and throws to his left, and that pass is completed. to kind of like the Jets, kind of like their big rookie. I think they're invested a lot here in Gerald Solomon, who had over 900 yards last year, man. So he's been really good for the Jets here, one of those new acquisitions. But again, the Jets are going to stall out here offensively. They're struggling to move the ball efficiently on first and second down, but now it's 4th and 10. Pennington taking another shot to that left side, and again it's Solomon who comes down with it. And Antoine Winfield, man, eesh, rough on those 4th down, man. If we could just stop any one of those 4th downs, the game is effectively, in our hands here. But and now Santana Moss in the end zone is going to get this touchdown for the Jets. And so now the Jets, man, they're not dead. They are still very much alive here. At one point, this game was 35-16, but the Jets are slowly but surely piecing their way back into this game. So 3rd and 5 now, heading the other way, close to midfield. Winfield pump fakes, throws one across the middle, and that pass is incomplete. So the Jets get the stop that they need. So now they're going to be back on offense here, sending the offense back out onto the field here on 3rd and 13. Pennington back to pass. Dumps it off quickly. A bit of a check down to Solomon. Not really a check down, but you know what I mean. Just a quick little route here to Solomon, and he steps out of bounds before he can get to the line to gain. So another 4th down decision for the Jets, but it's 4th and 5 on plus territory. And that pass completed to Solomon now, who loses his defender. Winfield is completely lost out there. Not entirely sure where he's looking and where he's running, so Solomon was able to cut upfield and get about another 10 or 15 yards on the catch. So fast forward to a 3rd and 1, trying to punch it in for the Jets here. They're going to hand off to Martin, who's met in the backfield, breaks the tackle, though, and gets into the end zone. I didn't see exactly who made it back there. I think it's Duncan. I think it might have been Jamie Duncan who got back there. I couldn't tell what player it was, but either way, the Jets are going to go for 2 now, and Curtis Martin, again evading the pressure, gets into the end zone, and now the Jets have really put themselves back into this ball game, man. They are definitely back in control here. So on 2nd and 7, a big sack, and now we're going to have to run the hurry up here on 3rd and 11, man. We were struggling now. We were in control, and now we are back on the attack here. That's how this team is, I guess. I don't know. 3rd and 11 here, Winfield back to pass here. All day to throw. Takes his shot. That pass is completed along the sideline, and Hakeem gives us a breath of fresh air here as we are going to continue our drive, and we are still very much alive, folks. Don't write us off yet. We're still alive. We've led this entire game, but now we are back in it. So 3rd and 5 here, Winfield hands this one off here to Sammy Moore. Sammy Moore, actually Sean Bryson, and Sean Bryson's going to get tackled before the line to gain. So the Jets come up with the stop that they needed, but a field goal will tie the game back up. So we send out our rookie kicker, Ethan Stone, who nails this one through. And we are now tied back up at 38 apiece here. So the Jets wouldn't do anything with the ball here after the kickoff, so we're heading into overtime. In week 1, heading into overtime, tied at 38 here. But now, after just a couple plays, Sammy Morris gets the handoff, jukes inside, breaks a tackle, and he's still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and he's still going. He's going to stay on his feet. He's going to high step to the end zone and ice this game just as quickly as it starts in overtime. And that is going to give us our first win of the season. Sammy Moore, I mean, just, dude, running away with my accolades. And actually, ironically, didn't run away with any accolades last year. Didn't win MVP, didn't win Offensive Player of the Year, didn't win Running Back of the Year. Nothing, bro, in the NFL or AFC. Just complete snubbery. He's the best running back in the AFC. I don't care what you say about Jamal Lewis or I almost forgot his name, Fred Taylor, or Fred Taylor. I don't care what you say about them. He's the best running back in football, and that is exactly why. Plays like that is exactly why he is. So we extend to 1-0 here, grab a huge victory. I talked so much about conference wins and division wins, and we just managed to grab 2-1. So big victory over the Jets here. The Jets, obviously, the big tail of the game is those 4th down conversions. 3 for 3 and 4th down was huge for the Jets, man. Probably should win the game if you're rolling that many snake eyes on 4th down. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely should. And somehow we had over 120, over 100% in the red zone. I don't know how that works. I think the game just glitched a little bit. Not programmed for that, probably. I don't know. It's 2001. A different time. Raymond Winfield has a pretty solid first game here. Obviously, with his performances under a microscope now, more so than ever, has a pretty solid game here. 3 touchdowns, no turnovers here, 65% completion percentage. Obviously, Sammy Morris here, almost breaking just single game records just in week 1. You know how it is. You know how he is. Lamar Jones leading the receiving core in week number 1 too is probably not on your bingo card either, but it is what it is. It happens. So if Winfield's gonna get production by any means necessary with any receiver we have out there, I don't care. Just get him involved. They gotta get involved. So. But that's going to take us into a very difficult game here against the Colts. And the Colts need very little introduction, but I will give you one anyway. So the Colts are coming off an 11-5 season when they managed to lose to the Patriots in the wildcard game. They actually got blown out. I think it was 41-21 in the wildcard game. So the Colts could not make it out of the first round last year. And they're looking, obviously, to change that. They're looking to obviously improve on that as they look to I don't know, man. Just ruin our day, essentially, is all I'm saying. Ruin our day. I'm struggling here just to try and articulate how scared I am of the Colts, because they have Peyton Manning, who I guess you could argue between him and Brian Griese exactly who's the best quarterback in the AFC right now, or even the NFL, for that matter, because I don't know if there's many other quarterbacks even in the NFC who are putting up the kind of numbers that Brian Griese and Peyton Manning are putting up, because Manning had 4,200 yards last year, which is his third straight year. I mean, it could be more. Just from what I saw, it was his third straight year of at least 4,000 passing yards. So, and he's on some demon time, dude. He has just completed 69% of his passes, and in the Week 1 game that the Colts played, he already threw for over 350 yards and completed 88% of his passes. So it's going to be tough here to contain Peyton Manning in this receiving core, which we will, of course, talk about as we see them. You know exactly who I'm talking about, but we will mention them when we see them. And so it's going to be tough for this defense to try and lock them down here. We made some changes, obviously, to our secondary, but obviously nothing that's going to be able to contain those two receivers. So we'll see what we can do here. It might be just a high-scoring affair back and forth, a shootout between teams. And if Winfield can keep the offense rolling, man, then that'll be good for him, and obviously good for our case to try and win the game. So a big play from Lamar Jones gets us with goal to go, and Winfield here is going to fire this one off to Hakeem into the end zone. Actually, it's Eric Moulds. Eric Moulds gets his first touchdown of the season here, and it doesn't take like 5 games to do it this time. He manages to get his first touchdown of the season. So we back the Colts up to their own end zone, and they're going to have to punt this one away. And the only reason I included this punt play in is because Hakeem is able to return this one inside the 30. So we're gifted with a scoring chance off a punt. Hakeem was able to get this one inside the 30. So big ups to him, man. So now Raymond Winfield back to pass here, fires it off to the left side of the field, and it's Hakeem once again, toe tapping, staying in bounds and staying in bounds for the catch rather, but he ran out of bounds. So Hakeem is off to a great start in this game, and I'd love to see him really blossom in any game. I don't really care when. I'd love to see him do it. So on second goal, Winfield off his back foot, an awkward throw here, but he hits Eric Moulds again. So that's 2 touchdowns in the first quarter. I don't even know if Eric Moulds has done that just period. There was that game obviously last year where I think he had 3 touchdowns in a game. I mean, it was huge, but now Sammy Moore's going to get involved. We're going to get the run game interested in this one. He's going to get absolutely plastered by Cota, but he's going to get but definitely a huge gain on the ground first. So remember, he's already got over 260 yards with the 30 yards in this game. That puts him at 298. So he's right at about 300 yards on the season already, and we're not even like outside of the first quarter yet. So Eric Moulds with another catch here across the middle. It's going to get us a first down and continue this drive here. We're looking solid, dude. Raymond Winfield's got us moving, guys. We might have our answer. I don't want to call it too early here, but we're looking good right now. So Winfield again on 2nd and 1 here, fires one to Sammy Moore. Sammy Moore breaks a tackle, stiff arm, and in the end zone for another Bills touchdown. And Winfield is looking good, man. He is looking good. I mean, everything's looking good. We're looking solid right now. 21-0 in the RCA Dome. I mean, 21-0. Well, I was scared entering this game. You got so many stuttering. 21-0. Okay. Unbelievable. But now Edgerrin James here, he's not going to have that. He can't have that. He's out in open space here. Yeah, no one's going to win this foot race with that guy. Absolutely not. So I was just talking about Jamal Lewis and Fred Taylor, but also you got to remember Edgerrin James does exist in this conference as well, and he had almost 1,200 yards last year and had 14 touchdowns. So, I mean, he's definitely no slouch either, okay? We've got a lot of great running back talent at this era of the NFL, and specifically in this conference. And Sammy Morris has just kind of thrown his hat into that ring. So now, with everything great that happened on special teams earlier in the game here, we have a muffed punt from Azir Hakeem, and the Colts are going to land on top of it. So they're going to flip the field, they're going to retain possession, and they're going to be gifted with a nice opportunity inside the 30. But now it's 3rd and 5. Manning back to pass here. Gets rid of it in time, just barely. Catch is made and cutting upfield. And I believe that's a tight end, one of their new tight ends for the Colts. Yeah, Jeff Bush is the new tight end that the Colts are trying out here. Remember, they did not retain I'm trying to remember. I always get the names. Marcus Pollard. They did not retain him from like year 1 or 2. So the Colts have been just kind of plugging and playing with tight end ever since. I don't know why they didn't re-sign him, but they didn't. So and I think he's now on the Seahawks. So it's kind of difficult for them. But 1st and goal now for the Colts, and that's going to be a pitch play to Edgerrin James, and obviously he's going to step into the end zone. So the Colts were down, but they are definitely not out. They're going to claw their way back into this game piece by piece, however they can. So we have to just keep things moving on offense here down to the last 2 minutes in the first half. 2nd and 5. Hand this one off to Sammy Morris, and he's got plenty of open green turf in front of him. Bringing a linebacker with him, and he cannot break the tackle, but it's fine because he's going to get brought down at about the 10-yard line. It's not goal to go. You see the first down marker, so about the 11-yard 20-yard line, we're going to call it. So 3rd and 4 now. The Colts trying to keep us out of the end zone. Winfield's going to throw for it. Takes a shot. That pass is broken up here. Looks like he tried to hit Akeem. Good defense by the Colts, man. Look at that. Great defense by the Colts. That is the kind of stuff that you want to see every play. So 4th and 4 here. Cliff not gonna push here. Not gonna risk anything on 4th down. Just gonna send out Stone. And that kick is good. And we continue to add some points here slowly but surely. But with 41 seconds, the Colts still have plenty of time here. Already at midfield. Manning rolling around in the pocket. Gets rid of it in time. And that pass is going to be completed to Marvin Harrison. And there's our first mention of Mr. 88 here. Mr. Harrison, who is just, again, probably the best receiver in probably just the NFL, period, at this point in the season. Or just in the sim, I think so. And oh my gosh, just physicality. We're getting another look at this. We'll get back to Marvin Harrison. But Manning dumps one off quickly here to Reggie Wayne. And Reggie Wayne bringing guys with him. Shakes him off and just in the end zone. Yeah. And so the Colts get back within 3 points. It was 21-0 a quarter ago. And we get outscored 21-3 in the second quarter, but nothing happens in the third quarter. Neither team does anything in the third quarter of note whatsoever. So this game's all going to come down to the fourth quarter on a 3rd and 5 here inside the 45 for the Colts. And Manning dumps this one off quickly. Catch is made, I think, from James. It looked like the running back, Edger James, managed to make the catch. Actually, no, I think it was their backup running back. I think. So 3rd and 7 now inside the 35. Manning. Pump fakes. Pressure's coming. Gets rid of it in time. Takes a shot. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me that was in bounds. There's no way that was in bounds, dude. Edgerrin James one-armed grab along the sideline. I think they're going to say that he had both feet down, or no. Thank God that was out of bounds. I was like, there's no way. So on 4th and 7, the Colts sent out Vanderjagt here for a long field goal, and that kick is good. And so they at least tie the game with us here, as we have another tiny player on the screen. Tied up at 24, so still plenty of time here for us to take the lead, but the Colts get the ball back here. Pressure in his face, but he pump fakes, gets rid of it, and finds Reggie Wayne across the middle. It's kind of a short route here. And now broken tackle, well out in open space. He's got plenty of room to run, and that's going to be a huge first down for the Colts, as they're going to basically flip the field. So Lance Sor gets picked up perfectly by the fullback, and yeah, Reggie Wayne. Wow, interesting. So Reggie Wayne has not gotten off to a most explosive statistically in the sim here, as Marvin Harrison has, but still almost 1,000 yards last year and 7 touchdowns. He's definitely not doing nothing. I would want that. I definitely want that on our team. So, but now Manning throws one across the middle. Looks like to one of the other tight ends that the Colts have on the roster. They have a couple of young tight ends, like new guys that they've drafted that, you know, are doing whatever. So 3rd and goal now with 2 minutes left to go. The Colts are in a good position. They're going to hand it off to their backup running back, and he's going to get stopped. So that's going to bring up 4th and goal. So we'll see what Moore decides to do. He's going to settle for the points with Vanderjagt. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Colts are going to take a 27-24 lead here with 1:52 left to go. So there's still plenty of time for us to answer back and potentially take the lead and even win this game. So 1.5 left to go. 3rd and 3. The Colts need to stop here. Winfield pump fakes, throws it across the middle, an absolute dime, and yeah, just can't haul it in. Ozzie Raheem cannot haul it in, and that was a perfect pass and just could not haul it in. So Cliff keeping the boys on the field for 4th and 3. Pressure's coming. Winfield flips it out quickly, and it's Eric Moulds. He's got a step here. Now it's a foot race to the end zone. Is anyone going to catch him? And absolutely not. That's going to be a Bills touchdown, the go-ahead touchdown. I cannot believe that Raymond Winfield was able to make this happen, man. And I'm just giving him all the credit here. But Eric Moulds obviously beating his man. The Colts committed to the run. Did not happen. So now 3rd and 6 heading the other way. But the Colts are still very much alive here. Under a minute left to go. And that pass is broken up by Winfield. And so that's going to bring up a 4th down decision for the Colts. Obviously, they got to keep the offense on the field here. Try and win this game with 51 seconds left to go. But still on their own side, though. Manning fires one across the middle. And that pass is incomplete. That's going to be a turnover on downs. And it looks like we're going to hang on to win our 2nd straight game here, but 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff now to Sammy Morris, and he's obviously got the first down and more, but wait a minute, he's not done running, is he? Absolutely not. Another touchdown for Sammy Morris. Put it on the board here, an absolute exclamation point on this game. I mean, as if we really needed it. We pretty much had the game in hand already. We pretty much won the game, but it didn't matter. Sammy Morris said, I don't care. I'm going to win this game and do it myself and pad my stats in the process. And, hey, I'm not going to disagree with him. I'm definitely not. So, but the Colts, still with some time here. They're still fighting back here with 20 seconds or so left to go into the game. Catch is made. And now, who else, man, but Marvin Harrison bringing the caravan with him. Or actually, no, it's not Marvin Harrison. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying here. I got no idea what I'm saying. So first and goal, the Colts trying to get in the end zone, and they managed to get it in there. And so now, I mean, things are definitely interesting. It's not a guarantee here, but the Colts are going to go for 2, try and make this one a little bit more manageable, and they do get it. So I mean, 13 seconds. I don't know what else they think they can do. It's all going to obviously come down to the onside kick. See if they can get it here. But the kick is down, and we managed to get on top of it by the grace of God. I was scared for a second, but we managed to do it. And so we are going to walk out of here with a victory. It gets a little bit scary at the end of the game here, but the Colts definitely come back within 3 points once again, and they did everything that they could, but we managed to walk out of here with the victory. We're going to extend to 2-0, so I don't know how many 2-0 starts we've had. I don't think we've had any. I think we've kind of split the first 2 games in every year in the Cliff Harris era, but we're going to try and escape the whole 500 purgatory that we kind of find ourselves stuck in, or have found ourselves stuck in. Try and have at least a halfway decent season here, but I haven't really talked too much about the expectations. I might have mentioned it in the offseason video, but, you know, I just expect us to stay a perennial playoff team. That's just kind of what I expect at this point. I think we have a good enough roster, good enough core to do it, and Raymond Winfield has definitely been playing out of his mind in the first 2 weeks, so we'll see how long that continues, because, I mean, I was just saying at the beginning of the first video, or first game, that, you know, we can't just rely on Sammy Morris. We need both to work. And so both games, we've had both work. But the immediate problem now is defense. We have 0 defense. Like 0 defense whatsoever. So that's concerning. That might need to be addressed or figured out here. I don't know if there's anything we could really do, but either way, it's going to take us into our next 2 games here. It's the Dolphins, and oh my goodness. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I can tell you guys. Don't tell me. Nah, okay, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm a failure. But we're playing the Dolphins and somebody else, so hopefully you guys come back here for the next video.